If the rates were to change, are you at risk of losing your house?
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are delighted that for over 35 years, we've been able to come alongside you, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate over 3,117 times, coming alongside you to build your fund, build your faith, build your fitness, build your finances, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside relationship. This is a real deal that's hard for a lot of people because a lot of people were at risk when the rates did go up significantly, right? Or even right now, they're a lot higher than they were when people locked in 22, 21, 22. We're now coming into 26 where the rates are still quite a bit higher than they were if you locked in for 5 years in 21. Worst case scenario next year is going to be even scarier.
Yeah. Even if they're 4%, which is around where they're at now, right?
Which is low in the scheme of things.
It is low in the scheme of things. And it may be double what people were experiencing in 21, 22 for rates. And we won't get into why they were so low and too low, but that's beside the point. The point is, now we're coming into, will that affect people's lives, forcing them to sell, or worse yet, causing them to miss payments and then having the bank take the house? That's worse than selling because you have to, right?
Right.
And a lot of it comes down to, what did they do with their rest of their finances, right? During this period, have you been buying new cars, or have you been running up visas, or, do you have habits that cost a lot of money?
Or have you been doubling up your payments, or have you making lump sum payments because the interest rates were so low? We all knew they weren't going to stay there because historically our interest payments are not usually in the bottom half of single digit.
No,
right? They're not usually under 5. I mean, we certainly have paid 15%. We were a little young to get in at 21, 22%. Certainly, we were locking in at 15, 16%.
Yes, we were.
And that didn't seem, now I understand houses were less expensive then, all the more reason to be conscious about when the rates are abnormally low, unless you built in some margin.
Yeah, you either got to have margin,
awful thing.
or like you said, if you're getting an interest rate of 2%, set up your mortgage so you're making payments like it was 4. Because then when it goes to 4, you're not seeing any difference. Or if it goes to 6, you can go, oh, look at that. We're going to have to re-amortize out. But you've made up a lot of ground by paying extra at the beginning.
The struggle is when the prices were so high, people couldn't.
Well, some couldn't. Some could.
Right. Some couldn't, some could. So go back to some of the other shows where if you're just getting into the market now, we're saying buy less than you can afford. Don't max out and wait for that dream home. Get in where you build in margin on the front end. It's harder to build in margin on the back end.
It is, unless your income's gone up significantly.
Right.
Maybe somebody's got to go back to work who wasn't working, home with the kids or whatever. Sometimes it's tough choices to make when interest rates are coming up. And we've worked with families that are panicked, right?
Yeah. Get another job.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like a hard thing to do. And it is a hard thing to do because I've been there and done that. So have you. There's been times where I've run as many as 3 jobs. It's not something I could do forever. No. And sometimes for a short period of time, just to build in the margin in the back end, because I didn't build it in the front end. It was always my doing. Yeah. I could then work more.
So you're saying that safety isn't built into the rate. Safety's built, and whether you're going variable or fixed, safety's built into your margin. Right. How much excess cash reserves you have, also how much cash you're making monthly or yearly that you didn't max yourself out. And it's a choice around that, right?
It doesn't always feel like a choice. Let's be real. I'm sure if you're listening right now, you're thinking, I didn't feel like I had a choice. Okay. You say put a roof over my family's head. I didn't feel like I had a choice. I needed to do it. Now I don't have margin. The rates are here. What am I supposed to do? They've doubled or worse.
Yeah. So if you're looking at, my mortgage renewing in a year or 2 years, and it's going to go up, then look at what your options are. Again, do I start streamlining what I'm paying? Do I cut my spending now? Right. Start reducing my other debt loads? Do I look at, talking with the bank about extending the amortization back out at some point? There's lots of options. It's a matter of seeing it before the renewal comes in the mail and you go, ooh, look at the interest rate, look at the payment. I can't afford that. You want to see that 2 years out so you can make some changes because you know it's coming. Right.
So I think the word here is proactivity. And it doesn't feel like it's necessary because it's not a now conversation.
Yeah, we live in the speed of life, right? Like things are happening. And we don't generally pause, look at our finances, look at our budgets, and look out 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. What's it going to look like? What's my job prospects? In job rate in Canada, in Canada is about 7.9.
Unemployment rate.
Unemployment, yeah. In Ottawa, it's lower, 7.3. Not a big difference.
Right. And then for younger people, it's 16, 17%.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Awful.
Yeah, it's hard for young people. And yet, we were just talking about that before the show. When we were young, we did whatever job we could and as many as we could. I mean, you were working 3 jobs, you said, right?
Yeah, well, I was. I was with you, darling. But doing whatever work I could get to make ends meet. And no, we didn't have good spending habits. I can't even imagine how far down the road we would be if we understood money then.
Oh, my goodness.
Right? I can't even imagine. And I don't want to spend too much time dwelling on that. What we want you to do, though, regardless of whether you're in your first house, your second house, no house yet, you're still renting, is proactively look out to consider what your options might be. I know that things will change. And yet, if you set yourself up to win based on current life situations and projected, you will win even bigger if things get better than expected.
Yeah. Unknown said, it's not what you make, it's what you keep and control, what you do with what you keep, right? Yeah. So don't outsource your safety to a mortgage product. Build it into your life. And we just want to say, thanks for joining us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward.